final lap. Mark Davies, Luke Westerman and Storm Stacey with Ava Carter there to pick up any of the spoils. Westerman has a look in turn 3. That's going to leave him vulnerable though because it hasn't worked for him. Storm Stacey's going to be trying to get him into 4. Mark Davies, that may have thrown him the lifeline. He's just got to guide it around these last 3 apexes and he'll cross the line to take the lead, to take the win. Mark Davies wins, but across the line for second. Storm Stacey's done it. According to timing here, Storm Stacey by a hair's breadth has taken second place from Luke Westerman there. That was an incredible finish to a dramatic race there. Mark Davies does well to hold on to his pole position. Storm Stacey in second, Luke Westerman third, Ava Carter fourth, Aaron Walker fifth, Brendan Allen is in sixth, then it's James Mostiker, Steve Booth, Ben Clucas and Jamie Callan to round out the top 10. Chris Edwards, Phil Dickens, John Buckle, Vincenzo Rizzo and Dougie Craven in 15th. Joseph O'Neill, Mike Smallbones, Liam Greenland, Scott McGiven and Bradley Rose takes us to 20th place, and then 21st is Mark Hedling. Chris Maynard is 22nd, Josh Stringer 23rd and Hugh Jones classified as 24th in that one. Well, that was dramatic stuff from the Stock 160s, both in terms of incidents but also thankfully in the end in terms of some superb racing. So we now go into our third race of the day, the Funbikes and M2R Racing Junior SM140s and Junior SM65s class. So 2 classes on track at the same time here. Evan Belford is your pole sitter for this one, and he is within the Junior SM65 class, as is Bailey Stewart Campbell, who starts alongside Elliot Dufton in third place. Zach Shelton is your points leader in the junior SM140s, and he starts highest of the class's riders in 4th place on the grid. Finn Smart will start in 5th place. Chase Collymore, who's chasing Zach Shelton within the SM140s, the junior SM140s, he starts 6th. 7th is Joe Duggan. Luca Allen starts 8th. Reese Stevenson starts 9th. 10th is Lissy Whitmore. Jack Smith starts this one from 11th with Taylor Rose alongside in 12th. 13th will be Harvey Smith with Kyle Payne for company on row 7. And then rounding out the 16 bike grid on row 8 we have Jack Worth and George Hopper. So this class for riders aged between 9 and 15 years of age. So some of our younger riders in this one. And we're away in the junior SM 140s and 65s. Evan Belford leads them through turn 1 and towards turn 2. Towards the bottom of the circuit already. I'm delighted to say it's a clean start for all involved here. Over the rise and into 4 go our leaders. To come across the line. And it is the 52 of Evan Belford who leads them across. Bailey Stewart Campbell second, Elliot Dufton third. Joe Duggan has got a fantastic start to get himself to the head of the junior SM 140s runners. Chase Collymore is 5th, Luca Allen 6th, Lissy Whitmore 7th, Reese Stevenson is 8th, Taylor Rose 9th, then it's Finn Smart, Jack Smith, and then Zach Shelton. So I'm not quite sure what drama there has befallen Zach, whether the grid did begin as stated or if there was some drama that we didn't capture on the first lap, but drama aplenty for our points leader in the junior SM 140 class, Zach Shelton. Meanwhile at the front, Evan Belford, who sits 3rd within the point standings for the junior SM 65s, has got a bit of breathing space here over the battle for 2nd place between Bailey Stewart Campbell and Elliot Dufton, as he dives through turn 2. Which I have to say, when I say it's turn 2, it's effectively 3 apexes there. But on the circuit maps I've seen, that is considered one turn. They go through the long right-hander at 3 and then into this 4 and 5 complex with a final little right-hand flick onto the back straight. Fantastic to see so many people turning out in the lovely conditions here. Can be obviously right at the south-east of England, can be a bit of a journey for some people to get down here, but it doesn't seem to have deterred people from coming out to support their favourite rider. Evan Belford still leads, Bailey Stewart Campbell in 2nd, Elliot Dufton 3rd, Chase Collymore leads the junior SM 140 riders now. And Finn Smart is out of the race, as is now being shown on timing. So we're down to 11 riders now. Close battles on track at the moment are obviously the one for 2nd place, which is what we're looking at now, as there's a little wobble there for Elliot Dufton. He's really pushing here to stay on terms with and challenge Bailey Stewart Campbell. High speed place to get a bit of a wobble on, but he manages to hold on to it. Here he is coming out of the... Now, does he just clip an apex, or oh, it just gets his knee on the ground? Is it? Bit of contact there, and just has to catch that before it becomes anything more serious. Well held, but it has meant a little bit of breathing space now for Bailey Stewart Campbell in 2nd place. Nevertheless, it's still close between them. Reese Stevenson has just got past Lissy Whitmore. That's for 6th place. But they are in different classes out there, so in terms of point standings within the junior SM 140s, that won't affect Lissy Whitmore. Joe Duggan's had some dramas as well, because he was initially shown as the leader in the 140s, and now he's towards the back with Zach Shelton. Zach Shelton now on the back of Duggan's moved back up there, so I think we may be having a slight transponder issue on that bike. Look at this though, we're back with the battle for 2nd place, which has resumed itself. Elliot Dufton on the tail of Bailey Stewart Campbell. And no dramas this time for Elliot Dufton through their double apex corner. So is he going to have a run here on Stewart Campbell as they come out of the chicane at 1 and now into chicane 2? You can see that Evan Belford has a bit of breathing space here at the front. It's all about the battle for 2nd for now. Although there is plenty of this race to go, so will there be any tactical play here of not battling and just focusing on keeping the pace up to get onto the back of our leader? Well, there might be, but if Dufton thinks that he's got a run on Stuart Campbell, he'll try it. And you can see there, pulls to the inside, but not on there. Through the double apex right-hander. You can see, though, he carries a lot of speed off of that one and into chicane 1. Just can't do anything with it because it's effectively single file through that one. It is challenging to overtake here, but by no means impossible. Other times, like Evan Belford is still able to keep them at arm's length and then some. He's setting a good enough pace to stay ahead of these guys and even pull out more of a gap. So if Dufton is just biding his time to pounce on the hope that their pace will carry them forward onto the back of Evan Belford, at the moment that's looking somewhat optimistic as a strategy. Stuart Campbell goes defensive again, or at least just has a tight line going into that first of the chicanes. We're being treated to a fantastic battle this. Chase Collymore leading the junior SM140s. He's some 20 seconds back from this battle. On different machinery, of course, though, worth bearing in mind. He's got a 3.5 second lead over Joe Duggan, who in turn has about 3.5 to 4 seconds over Rhys Stevenson. And then Lissy Whitmore in 7th, 8th for Luca Allen. Zach Shelton currently being shown as in 9th place, but he's having a battle with some of the riders in 140 class. In fact, I think he may have just got past Luca Allen at the second chicane there. I saw her out the window, so Zach Shelton on the move, and a slight case of damage limitation here, being as he is the points leader. There are some drop scores to be applied come the end of the season, but nevertheless, you don't want to lose the momentum here. There we are. There is Zach Shelton working his way through the field. As I say, he has indeed got past Luca Allen, and I think we just see him getting past Lissy Whitmore there? I think he has. I think he may have got the job done there, Zach Shelton, but we'll look for that to be confirmed on timing next time through. There he is, Zach Shelton, for those of you watching on the stream, in distinctive blue green overalls, and he has indeed got past Lissy Whitmore on that lap. So now he's chasing down Rhys Stevenson. In fact, he's right on the back of Rhys Stevenson, and that's him past, isn't it? That's him through. So he's now got past Rhys Stevenson, so up to 6th place now has Zach Shelton. Has got Zach Shelton. So this is a good recovery ride from Zach, and now he's on the back or he's certainly chasing Joe Duggan, but I think he's slightly further up the road. I know that is the 23, so he's still behind Rhys Stevenson come the end of this lap. So battle carrying on here between these two. Meanwhile, at the front, we're on the last lap. So important that we focus on our leaders, who are just coming through now onto, just trying to pick them up actually. They're in amongst all of these 140 riders, I think, is the cause of the confusion. Evan Belford still leading, and Bailey Stuart Campbell has so far been able to hold Dufton back, and I think they're going to come around now. Checkered flag waves, and Evan Belford, there he is, takes the win on the 52. You can see him there, orange bike with the white details on his overalls. Oh, and a rider down after the finish line, out of the double apex right-hander. That's very unusual to have an incident there after the line. And it's Rhys Stevenson on the 23 there, who was in the battle towards the end there with Zach Shelton. Evan Belford then takes the win ahead of... Oh, Dufton did get Stuart Campbell towards the end. Sorry we missed that, trying to pick that up on cameras for those of you watching on the stream, but Dufton has been scored as second ahead of Bailey Stewart-Campbell, so the race-long battle goes the way of Dufton. Chase Collymore classifies as fourth and will be the highest placed of the junior SM140 riders, so important points for Chase there. Joe Duggan finishes fifth and second within the 140 class. Zach Shelton finishes sixth and third within the 140 class. Good recovery ride from him. Reece Stevenson, who, sorry, I just said he was on 140 machinery, didn't I? He is on stock junior SM65 machinery is Reece Stevenson. He finished seventh. Lissy Whitmore finished eighth and fourth in class. Luca Allen finished ninth and fifth within the 140 class. Jack Smith rounded out the top 10. Taylor Rose in 11th. And Finn Smart went out a couple of laps in. So.
Hello, welcome to Funbikes TV. My name is MJ and today I'm going to introduce you to the M2R RF140 Supermoto. This is the Supermoto version of the RF140, which you can find out more information on by visiting funbikes.co.uk or by following the link below. The bike is equipped with a YX140cc oil-cooled high-performance single-cylinder engine, fitted with a McColt 26mm racing carb that inspires confidence due to its great power delivery. Alloy handguards have been added to protect your hands in close racing and in the event of a crash. Also added for this exact reason are crash bobbins, which protect the track in the event you fall off your bike. The SP 48mm front forks are fully adjustable, along with the D&M MT rear shock absorber. The Supermoto also features quick action throttle, mag wheels, and our huge factory spec twin pop front big brake system, meaning it's virtually track ready from the crate. Finally, a sump catch tank has been added to the bike, a must for championship racing as they stop any leaking fluids from your bike landing onto the track, making it potentially dangerous for any rider. This has been a short review for the M2R RF140 Supermoto, which you can order now from funbikes.co.uk. Thank you very much for watching and let the fun begin.
So here we are going into race 2 for the Funbikes and M2R Racing Junior SM140 and Junior SM65 race. Two classes out on circuit at the same time. Evan Belford will lead them away from pole with Bailey Stewart-Campbell in second, Elliot Dufton in third. Those top three are all Junior SM65 riders. Zach Shelton is the highest placed of the Junior SM140s. He's starting in fourth. Finn Smart retired from the earlier race today, but he's lining up fifth on the grid, assuming he can make that start. Chase Collymore in sixth. Seventh will be Joe Duggan with Luca Allen alongside, and then rounding out the top 10 on the grid will be Reece Stevenson and Lissy Whitmore. Jack Smith starts this one from 11th with Taylor Rose in 12th. 13th will be Harvey Smith with Kyle Payne alongside on row 7, and then it will be Jack Worth and George Hopper rounding out the 16 bike grid. Plenty of reaction coming in on Facebook to that last one. I think Hayley Westerman's a very proud supporter of both Luke Westerman and Ava. All eyes are on the start of this one though, and it's another good it's a good getaway from the second row of the grid. Zach Shelton had a really good start there, but Evan Belford has been able to hold on to the lead through the first chicane as they weave their way through chicane 2 now. So Zach Shelton, I think, has got ahead of Elliot Dufton, I think it is. Have they all made it through cleanly? They have indeed. And it goes that eerily quiet that it does at the top of the circuit here at Lydd. Evan Belford crosses the line in first at the end of this first lap. Elliot Dufton is second. Zach Shelton is now in fourth, so I think Dufton has got that pass. I'm going to stop saying that, actually. I don't think the timing's picked up all of our riders on that tour of the circuit. So I'm going to look to see as they come here to complete the lap. It is Evan Belford in second, then it's Bailey Stewart-Campbell, then it's Elliot Dufton, and then it's Zach Shelton. So it is in the order that they started the race, with your top three in the junior SM65s, and Zach Shelton out in front within the junior SM140s. Chase Collymore, I can see, is in 5th place though, and trying to chase down Zach Shelton. So bear with us, we're having a few timing issues, but hopefully we'll be able to call this one still. Belford with a little bit of breathing space now, ahead of Bailey Stewart-Campbell and Elliot Dufton. And Zach Shelton, I reckon, has about 4 seconds gap there to Collymore, who you could just see flashing through the shot there with the fluorescent helmet. Belford setting decent pace at the moment. Oh, we've got a problem there for a rider off to the side. That looks like the 21. Not sure who that is. Who was pulling off to the side there. Apologies, I've lost a fair amount of the information I had before here, but we'll keep going with this one. Still Belford in the lead, and now a good battle developing actually between Bailey Stewart-Campbell and Elliot Dufton as they cross the line. There's mere tenths separating them, so good battle for second here as they head into the double right-hander. Here they are on your screen for those watching the stream. We pick it up at a what looked to be a crucial moment there, because that was a genuine look from Dufton there on Bailey Stewart-Campbell. Can see Luca Allen running in 6th. I wonder if it was Rhys Stevenson who we saw having the problem pulling off to one side at chicane 2. That's very much hypothesising there and unconfirmed. We stay though with this battle over second place. Bailey Stewart-Campbell and Elliot Dufton. Does Dufton have a run? Not through the double right-hander, but this is where he had a bit of a run last lap. And again, he jinks to the inside to see if he has an opportunity into chicane 1, but it's not on there. Good battle here between these two. Through chicane 2 they go. Slightly different lines there as Bailey Stewart-Campbell goes somewhat defensive. They'll be both fighting hard for this. Evan Belford still leads. Belford won the earlier race today in this class. And he's got a run on him into the double right-hander, and a move we've seen very often today, but that doesn't take away from the bravery to do it. Up to second place goes Elliot Dufton. Lovely move there on Bailey Stewart-Campbell. And he'll now try and pull out the gap here and maybe even try and get onto terms with Evan Belford. Important to remember, Elliot Dufton currently sits second in this class, points-wise, across the season, with Belford in 3rd. So there's definitely incentive to get up and challenge Belford here for the lead of this one. Meanwhile, I'm just keeping an eye out for 140. We need to keep an eye on that one because Chase Collymore is not a million miles away from the back of Zach Shelton, who leads that class in 4th overall. They're just coming around to complete a lap now. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Could be a battle for the lead towards the end of this one in the Junior SM 140s. Here, though, your top three. And you know what? I think it looks like Dufton is getting onto terms with Evan Belford. We're looking at one of our battles further back there. I think I saw Lissy Whitmore in amongst them. There's the 28. That's Luca Allen we're looking at now on your screens. So there's Zach Shelton. So there is fourth place Zach Shelton, who's highest placed of the 140s, and you could just see behind him the fluorescent yellow helmet of Chase Collymore. Still, Evan Belford leads this one with just a handful of laps to go. About 3 laps here at Lydd to close out the running for round 6, at least within this class. So it's Evan Belford first. Second is Elliot Dufton. Third is Bailey Stewart Campbell. Fourth is Zach Shelton, then Chase Collymore in 5th. Luca Allen runs in 6th. And then there's a battle going on over 7th place, which is what we've got on screen now. I think that might be Joe. That's our leaders coming through on this battle. So that was the 52 that you just saw of Evan Belford and Elliot Dufton. So these are our leaders working their way through a battle over 7th place. There we go. We get there eventually. So yes, there is your race leader, Belford, putting a lap on Luca Allen. Leaders heading now towards chicane 2. There's the 441. That's Elliot Dufton, second place rider, trying to get on terms with Evan Belford, but I don't think he's going to do it. We are on the last lap now, so Belford just has to keep it clean through these last few corners, and he will take the double win here at Lydd. He's rounding the last few corners. I think he's got... Oh, sorry, it's 2 laps. Ignore the last lap on the top left. So now the last lap board is being held out. See, always go with what your eyes see. If the last lap board hasn't been out and you haven't seen it, doesn't mean that's gospel. So now we're on the final lap. And ignore the fact that it says finished in the top left-hand corner because the checkered flag hasn't waved. And until you see that, you keep racing. First rule of racing. So Evan Belford actually is under more pressure than we thought from Elliot Dufton here because he's right on his tail, but I think he's going to hold on to it for the checkered flag. After quite a dominant ride, it's actually going to be fairly close. Evan Belford takes the double win in the Junior SM65s. Elliot Dufton finishes a close second. Bailey Stewart Campbell will finish third, both overall and in class. It'll be Zach Shelton who finishes fourth and first in the in the Junior SM 140s. And what I'm going to do is recommend you all go to results.alphatiming.co.uk and click on British Mini Bikes to get your confirmed result of that one, because I don't want to declare something incorrectly there. But Evan Belford was your winner. Your podium within that race was Evan Belford, Elliot Dufton and Bailey Stewart Campbell, and it was Zach Shelton who took the win in the Junior SM140s. That's it for the Junior SM65s and the Junior SM140s, supported by Funbikes.